First, I would like that you introduce yourself.
You are talking with Piotr Michalowski, who is a practitioner and a theoretician of culture, with a background in cultural studies as a first master completed many years ago in Wrocław, the city which has held the title of European Capital of Culture in 2016. This is a cultural practice. So the work there was encircled around diverse projects, over 70 implemented, and we were luckily having very active local civil society. So it also enabled this sort of a lab approach for social experimentation with very diverse implications. And I'm switching quickly to European level because quickly after I started there, we got acquainted with the European Network of Cultural Centers, ENCC, from Brussels.
I'll be very happy to participate and to connect with this community about the non-urban territories that sometimes have been forgotten in many policies, and it's very important to reach to them, to make this link between the urban and non-urban, to have this sustainability and inclusion in the different contexts.
Thank you so much, Tony, once again for contextualizing and for bringing also this aspect to our conversation. Non-urban areas, just to quickly say where and when this journey started for especially European Network of Cultural Centers, ENCC. So it was 2016 when European Capital of Culture was located in Wrocław, and we have understood that this is a wonderful opportunity for the local actors scattered all over the area to be somehow attached to the mainstream of the discussions, in which of the culture could be this sort of a platform for a common mutual understanding and for planning a more coherent development in the future. So we have been using the term of territorial development, but of course with the asterisk that we are not considering something to be undeveloped, rather that trying to just grasp the geographies, because urban context was always, since antiquity, providing more opportunities than the rural areas, which is of course understandable. And we are trying to be bridging the gaps, but we are using culture, which has this extreme power to also be making turns and for some people turning into be the profession in the creative sector. But even in the parallel importance, I would say that the culture is creating this sort of the ambience for the mindset to grow, for the mindset of change, a positive change, for the mindset to take responsibility on your local environment.
And there is a lot to do there, because we don't have these spaces for people to meet in other settings that are not the usual or the conventional ones. And we need to really be creative and generate these spaces. So, and my question here would be, how do we create these profiles of people that are able to create these spaces and these connections, formal, non-formal, new ones, creative ones, between people that are not usually coming together, so that we have more agents of change, so that we are able to maximize this impact of people coming together.
We need to have diversity because also this sort of heterogenic group can reassure and secure the sustainability of the process. So I would always avoid any type of following the particularities, because then we are not really fulfilling the goal. What is really important for people, as from my experiences of my colleagues, is the sense of influencing some sort of future-oriented activities. So if we achieve that, and it's crucial in my opinion, that we have some policymakers, local authority representatives within our groups, it's creating for both sides this sort of the ambience that the understanding is finally there, because we have seen the very bad examples of potentially cultural sector discussing apart from the local authority.
Wow, that's so much aligned. Eoh-for-Good is trying to see how we can address this transformative governance for the future in a very systemic way. And that means that we need to really think how we take this complexity in a manner that we encompass all these different things that usually we fear to put together. How we can pass this message, how to do this bridge or cross this bridge between social-driven, business-driven, technology-driven innovation, and how do we have this common language so that we can really address this in a more systemic manner.
Let's say common points between those three aspects of triple transformation, in order just not to fulfill them separately, and to be saying that those designated activities, they fall under, for example, green, and this is social, and this is digital, but trying to be coherently seeing that. And what a baseline which is broader than triple transformation comes to my mind, and also as part of the discussions I was listening or being the active.
If I would ask you, what is in your opinion a successful innovation ecosystem, what would you say?
I strongly believe that the successful creative ecosystem in the not only European but generally in any context is not at all lightened by the fireworks, that they shine for a short moment as projects, but then they disappeared and no change is seen on the sky, but rather we should advocate for the starry night.
What do you think is the potential of social-driven innovation ecosystem? What dream do you think we can achieve if we are social-driven in these ecosystems?
It's very much related to civic responsibility and taking care of the locality in all potential levels, because I am not advocating only for culture. So we need culture to be thinking very much out of the box, because thinking inside the box in most of the cases is not bringing to us joy, hope, good and coherent local development, and some sort of a satisfaction. When we think outside the box, we can be surprised ourselves, and also our locality can gain very much. So we need people that they can inspire us.
That was beautiful, Piotr. So thank you very much. It's been
Tony.
So inspiring, so great
Likewise,
to have this discussion.